From Washington, this is VOA News. Iran's President Rouhani returns home from the UN. India's Prime Minister voices concern over Pakistan and Syria in the latest U.S. House of Representatives proposed budget bill. I'm Vincent Bruce reporting from Washington. Hundreds of Iranians turned out to welcome President Hassan Rouhani home Saturday, following his trip to the United Nations and historic telephone conversation with U.S. President Barack Obama, the first direct contact between the presidents of Iran and the United States in almost 35 years. Iranian news reports say a small group of hardliners shouted "Death to America," and some threw objects at the Iranian president's motorcade as he left Tehran Airport Saturday. In a speech before the UN General Assembly in New York Saturday, Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh referred to Pakistan as a regional epicenter of terrorism as he voiced concern about cross-border terrorism.
State-sponsored cross-border terrorism is of particular concern to India, also on account of the fact that the epicenter of terrorism in our region is located in our neighborhood in Pakistan.
Mr. Singh says he is scheduled to meet with his Pakistani counterpart Nawaz Sharif on Sunday on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. The Indian leader pledged he is committed to resolving all issues with Pakistan. However, he said Kashmir is an integral part of India and that India will never agree to a settlement that compromises its unity and territorial integrity. Mr. Singh also addressed Syria and its chemical weapons program in the context of the region.
The increasingly lethal conflict in Syria is not only a tragedy for the people of Syria, but also threatens stability and security in the region and beyond. It has been made worse by the use of chemical weapons.
Syrian activists say rebels, including members of an al-Qaeda-linked group, captured a government military post Saturday on the border with Jordan after 4 days of heavy fighting. The Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says 26 soldiers were killed in the Battle of Deraa, and at least seven foreign fighters aligned with rebels. The fall of the border post, which once served as a customs office, comes as United Nations weapons experts in Damascus prepared to investigate 7 sites across the country for evidence of alleged chemical attacks. It also follows a vote by the UN Security Council approving a resolution requiring Syria to eliminate chemical weapons. At least 42 people are now reported dead following the collapse of a multi-story building in Mumbai, India's financial hub, that occurred early Friday morning. The U.S. Congress is lurching closer to a political impasse that could shut down major parts of the U.S. government Tuesday. In the latest move, House Republicans made yet another effort to derail President Barack Obama's health care program, but the president and his Democratic Party allies in the Senate say they will not agree to the measure. From Capitol Hill, VOA congressional correspondent Cindy Sain has a report.
House Republicans and several Republican senators insist on linking passage of a temporary funding bill to a measure to stop the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare. Republican Representative Trey Radel of Florida.
Just delay this for a year. Delay Obamacare for a year.
Democrats point out that the law has been in place for 4 years. Democratic Representative Janice Hahn.
Republicans are bullying this nation with the threat of a government shutdown unless we get rid of the Affordable Care Act.
If there is no budget deal by midnight on Monday, most government agencies will shut down some or all of their activities. Cindy Sain, VOA News, on Capitol Hill.
Speaking in his weekly radio address earlier Saturday, U.S. President Obama said the 1st of October is also the day a group of far-right Republicans in Congress might choose to shut down the government and potentially damage the U.S. economy just because they don't like the law. The president was referring to the Affordable Care Act, which he says is already working for some. Mr. Obama urged Congress to both pass a budget by Monday and raise the nation's debt ceiling by October 17th so the economy can continue to grow. In the Republican address, Representative Kathy McMorris Rodgers from Washington State said her party has come up with a plan to raise the debt ceiling that contains cuts and real reforms for a strong economy. At least 4 people have been killed and several others wounded in a suicide bomb attack near a military camp in Timbuktu in northern Mali on Saturday. For the latest, visit us at voanews.com. I'm Vincent Bruce, VOA News.